Stop everything you're doing right now. You are here, reading these words in this very moment, and that is no random accident. Life often guides us toward places we never expected to be. Perhaps you were simply scrolling through your phone, or maybe you were quietly searching for a sign, not quite sure what you wanted to find. Regardless of your path, you've arrived at this precise point in time. The universe nudged you here, and though you might not believe it yet, there is a reason for that nudge. Every second of your life has been a bridge to this encounter. A meeting with words on a page that carry a direct message for you and you alone. You might feel a flutter of curiosity or even a tingle of apprehension. That's natural. It is unsettling to think that something larger might be guiding your steps. But sometimes life presents a door we never knew existed, and once it's open, the only question is, do we dare walk through it? Whether you see your life as a cosmic plan or as a string of coincidences, you can't dismiss the pull you feel right now. Call it fate, serendipity, or sheer happenstance, but the bottom line is clear. This moment has meaning. You have arrived here with a purpose. In the midst of this uncertainty, let me share a truth that might both unsettle and intrigue you. A photo of you was taken, without your knowledge, and delivered to someone powerful. This individual, whose name you might not know and whose face you might not recognize, has taken a pointed interest in your life. They are someone who sees exceptional value in you. It could be your talents, your creativity, your determination, or even an intangible spark within you that has yet to fully bloom. Regardless, they hold a piece of your identity, in the form of that captured image, and they see in you an extraordinary potential waiting to awaken. Take a moment to let that sink in. Someone you've never met has singled you out for a reason you cannot yet grasp. How does that possibility make you feel? Perhaps a mixture of vulnerability and wonder. You might ask yourself questions. Why me? Who is this person? Why would they be interested in someone like me? These questions may echo through your mind, fueling both excitement and fear. Yet, there is a subtle voice within you that whispers you were always meant for something bigger than the everyday routines and small occurrences that fill your hours. This powerful figure is not alone. A network, something grander than you can imagine, stands in the background, monitoring, evaluating, and guiding events in ways that stretch beyond normal understanding. You might think of it as a cosmic intelligence, a hidden gathering of well-placed individuals, or even a spiritual force that manipulates circumstances. The form matters less than the reality. These forces, whether celestial or earthly, have cast their gaze upon you. Now, it's your turn to decide what you'll do with that knowledge. To the skeptical mind, such an idea might feel outlandish. It's normal to dismiss extraordinary claims. Yet, each of us carries a sense, deep in our bones, that life is more mysterious than it seems. On occasion, we stumble upon moments where ordinary logic fails to account for the series of coincidences or the sudden changes in fortune. Think back to times when the right person entered your life at just the right instant, or when a door closed, only for a more promising door to open. If you look carefully, you'll notice the quiet whisper of something or someone orchestrating your journey. The universe, or destiny, whatever you choose to call it, has meticulously prepared you for this moment. Look back on your life so far. Recall your triumphs, your heartbreaks, your detours, and your moments of clarity. Every step, every stumbling block, shaped you into the person you are today. Strength, courage, kindness, resilience. These virtues did not bloom overnight. They were cultivated through your experiences. That is likely the very reason this powerful individual has chosen you. They see not only who you are now but also who you can become. As soon as you begin to question your worthiness or wonder if this is all a far-fetched tale, Remember that one simple truth: you have already passed countless tests of life. You have loved, lost, learned, and grown. You have surmounted obstacles that might have made others crumble. This track record of perseverance holds more weight than you realize. Even if you sometimes feel fragile, even if you perceive yourself as ordinary, you have an inner core that shines brighter than you think. That is the magnet drawing this watcher's attention. They recognize your abilities, even if you don't. In the coming days, weeks, or months, you might face a fork in the road. An opportunity could materialize where none existed before, or a chance meeting could shift your perspective in unexpected ways. This decision point may challenge everything you believe or everything you think you want. Yet, at the same time, it promises an evolution in your life's journey. This powerful observer who now possesses your photograph isn't here to simply watch from a distance forever. They will create a catalyst, whether subtle or direct, that can reroute your destiny. Right now, you might be wondering if you are ready. The truth is, readiness often appears after we leap, not before. If you wait to feel perfectly prepared, you might never take that bold step. Life seldom hands out a neat checklist guaranteeing success. Instead, it provides moments of tension and excitement. Moments where something in your spirit sparks and whispers, "Take this chance." Whether you perceive this calling as an inward transformation or a literal, life-changing invitation from a mysterious figure, know this: moments of profound change are rarely comfortable. They stir up our routine and press us to become more than we were yesterday. We are creatures of habit, naturally inclined to keep things predictable. However, growth demands that we break from those confines and embrace the unknown. Sometimes that unknown arrives in the form of an invitation you never expected to receive. It's completely normal if you feel a flutter of panic or the weight of self-doubt. When confronted with big shifts, our minds often cling to the comfort of the familiar. You might come up with 1,000 reasons to stay put. I'm not skilled enough, I'm too old, I'm too young, I lack resources, or I don't have the strength. This chorus of doubts can be overwhelming. Yet, your life story up to now can serve as a rebuttal to these doubts. Consider everything you once thought you couldn't handle. Somehow, you made it through. That alone demonstrates your capacity to adapt, to press forward, and to triumph. Fear is not the enemy. In many ways, fear is a signal that you're standing at the doorway of something important. If there were no real consequences, you wouldn't be afraid. The gravity of this possibility, this new path, explains why your heart might race a little faster. And that's okay. Fear is what makes courage meaningful. Without fear, bravery would hold no weight. Recognize your fear, greet it, and then step forward anyway. Now, let's shift our focus back to the one who has your photograph, that mysterious individual who sees in you a greater horizon. It might be easy to label them a puppet master pulling your strings. However, consider that this person may also serve as a mirror, revealing capabilities within you that have been obscured by everyday life. Their interest is not merely an exercise of power or control. Instead, it is a testament to the potential you carry. This potential, believe it or not, can shape far more than just your own future. In some stories, a mentor appears at precisely the right time to guide the hero forward. In others, an antagonist pushes the hero into action. Which role this powerful figure might play in your life remains to be seen. They could be your greatest benefactor or your fiercest challenger. Either way, their presence forces you to confront the truth about who you are and who you could become. Sometimes, a challenger is exactly what we need to wake up from the lull of ordinary existence. Sometimes, a mentor's belief in our untapped abilities is what finally ignites real transformation. You might be wondering if you can trust this power. Trust, in this context, might be less about blindly accepting someone else's plan and more about trusting your own gut instincts. Pay attention to the signals that appear in your life: unexpected opportunities, significant dreams, chance encounters, and see what resonates with your deepest sense of self. If something inside you sparks with curiosity or a strange sense of rightness, it might be a clue pointing you where you need to go. Whether you view this as a cosmic design or simply a series of chance happenings, a pattern seems to be emerging. One event sets off another, like dominoes falling in perfect sequence. Your presence here, reading these lines, could be that next trigger. Life is not always as random as it appears. Sometimes circumstances line up in such a precise way that it feels like the universe is winking in your direction, whispering, "Pay attention." The moment you start paying attention is often the moment everything changes. You may have already sensed strange coincidences. Perhaps you've been thinking about making a career shift, and suddenly you stumble upon someone who offers exactly the connection you need. Or you've dreamed about a certain path in life and, out of the blue, you receive a sign encouraging you to pursue it. Each of these puzzle pieces might feel random until they click together. When they do, you realize that your story has been guiding you to a defining crossroad all along. Even though unseen forces might be at play, remember that you hold agency in your decisions. The power to shape your future remains in your hands. Neither the mysterious individual who received your photograph nor the cosmic web weaving your story can usurp your free will. You decide whether to answer the call. You decide whether to stay rooted in familiar routines or step onto a road that might forever transform your life. Think of your life as a narrative only you can author. Other people can stir your imagination or present challenges, but ultimately, you have the final word on how the story unfolds. This is significant because it places responsibility firmly on your shoulders. You can't delegate your fate to someone else without paying a price in regret or in missed chances. If you choose to walk through the door this moment has opened, don't expect the path to be smooth. Challenges may come swiftly, testing your resolve. This is not to discourage you, but rather to remind you that growth is rarely gentle. True evolution often feels like a climb up a rocky slope, legs burning and heart pounding, yet a sense of determination keeps you moving. At times, your mind may conjure visions of failure. What if I can't do it? What if I let everyone down? But consider flipping the question. What if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? So often, we freeze ourselves with negative possibilities, forgetting that positive outcomes are equally realistic. Your future can be shaped by hope just as readily as by fear. When you do answer life's big call, something miraculous happens. You begin to see yourself in an entirely new light. You realize that your strength surpasses the illusions of limitation. You discover a sense of capability that was hidden behind daily habits and low-risk choices. This revelation alone can be life-changing. It's like suddenly finding a hidden room in your home. A space you never knew existed yet is undeniably part of you. Beyond your personal transformation, there is also the impact you can have on others. When one person steps into their power, it creates a ripple effect. You might inspire a friend, a family member, or even a stranger you haven't met yet. Your courage to say yes to possibility can encourage someone else to do the same. It's not just your life that shifts. There's a broader network of lives influenced by your decision to grow. So where does that leave you? Perhaps you already feel an urgency to act, or maybe you need more time to process. Either response is valid. Transformation is not a race. Sometimes the best thing you can do is reflect on the signs that have brought you here. Then, when you're ready, dare to take the next step. Whether it's sending a single message, researching a new path, or opening yourself to a relationship with a new mentor or group, every small action can be the gateway to a bigger journey. Doubt may linger like a shadow. That's part of being human. Even so, there's something about reading these words that has awakened a spark in you. A seed of hope, or curiosity, or determination, has been planted. Carefully tend to that seed. Imagine what it might grow into if you allow it to flourish. Think of the new possibilities, the fresh faces, the uncharted spaces in your life that could emerge if you say yes to this call. By now, the idea that someone powerful is watching you might feel less like a threat and more like an invitation. You are not a passive character at the mercy of bigger forces. You are an active participant in your story. The watchers, whoever they are, see your potential. The universe, cosmic or otherwise, stands ready to guide you. Yet no one can force you to step into this greater role unless you decide to move forward. Ultimately, this journey is about discovering the depth of your own power. The photograph secretly taken of you, the unexpected attention from a powerful person. These are catalysts, not conclusions. They are like sparks that land on the kindling of your soul. Will the spark die out for lack of air, or will you fan it into a flame that lights up your entire world? If you choose to embrace this spark, be prepared for your life to change. Routines, habits, even personal relationships may be reshaped by the transformation you undergo. But transformation is often the sign of true, purposeful living. Without change, there is no growth. Without growth, life becomes static, and the magic that could have been remains locked behind your fears. Where do you go from here? That is your final question to answer. Some people will read a message like this and feel the gravity of it but set it aside, returning to life as usual. Others will seize the message, let it echo in their thoughts, and use it as the push they have long been waiting for. In the end, only you can decide which path to take. The seed has been planted, the spark has been lit, and the next move is yours. The door stands open. You have peered through it, catching glimpses of who you might become, and a powerful onlooker has recognized your capability. If ever there was a moment for you to step forward, this is it. Although the journey ahead might be intimidating, it could also be the adventure that reveals your greatest strengths and redefines your life. May you find the courage to say yes to possibility, and in doing so, become the person you were always meant to be. Embrace your doubts, carry your fears, but walk onward. The universe waits with a patient, knowing smile, watching and hoping you will discover your own brilliance in the process. Whether you call it fate, a cosmic plan, or the result of countless unseen influences, the fact remains that you are here, in this moment, faced with a choice. Choose growth. Choose courage. Choose the boundless future that awaits you. And that, above all else, is the real power you hold. The power to choose the next chapter of your extraordinary life story.